This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. I'm so excited to be here. I love early in the morning recordings. I told that to my guests. I love early in the morning recordings because I'm not trying to get up at no damn 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I mean? I'm up at 7. I'm going to be here. Let's get this over with, all right? So thank you for being here early. I appreciate it. Plus, you're a businessman, so you get up early all the time anyway, I'm sure. You're up all kinds of hours.
Yeah.
And you were up all kinds of hours yesterday, too. I told you, if you get too drunk and you don't show up to the recording, I'm going to fuck you up.
No. I didn't drink too much yesterday,
Okay.
so I'm good.
Well, thank you for not drinking too much yesterday. I appreciate it. Now, before we continue with this exciting episode of The Public Affair, my very special guest, I definitely want to use this opportunity to thank Rogue Media Network for all they do for me on the show. I truly appreciate it. Of course, Mason is here producing this episode recording. Thank you, Mason. You're the best, being here this early, tolerating me. And of course, to all of you guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys for all the love and support that you continue to show the show going on 4 years. We were just talking about that off camera. I know, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. But anyway, now before we continue, let me give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This part, I like this part, right? This episode is brought to us by David Santabanez with Linear Real Estate. He is the #1 sales agent in his office. That's why he's going to help you buy a home or sell your property. Make sure you follow him on Facebook or just call the number on the screen. If you guys don't know what you're doing when you're trying to buy a house, David's going to walk you through the process step by step. Y si habla español también to my boy David with Alinea. Call the number on the screen and get started today. Thank you so much for all the love and support that you continue to show the show. And thank you for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Anika Armstrong with Armstrong's Bayou Cafe, serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. My favorite is any pasta that you can get there. Don't ask me which pasta, just any pasta that you can get there, okay? I love her pasta, just bursting with flavor and just melts down your throat, and it's so irresistible and insatiable. I love it. If you go to locations at Union Hall and on Union Grove, you can follow at Armstrong's Bayou Cafe Corporation as well. Anika Armstrong, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Manny Guerrero, Blue Star RV Services. Listen, Manny, who was on my last episode, is a mobile RV tech who can fix all RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and so much more. He deals with the warranty company, so you don't have to, all right? Him and his team take care of all of that. Just pay him a small little service fee, and they're going to get your rig back up and running, especially them broke down food trucks that you guys have. No AC, and it's the summertime, and we're trying to order cheeseburgers and no AC. Follow on Facebook, call the number on the screen of Blue Star RV Services. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to CBD Plus USA with my boy Tyler Hyde, located at 2444 West Loop 320 in the Central Texas Marketplace in Waco. I love saying it sound like a radio commercial. I love saying it like that. You enjoy high quality products with a wide range of top of the line CBD, THCA, Delta 8, Delta 9, Kratom, and more. Listen, if you're unsure about the products and the benefits that they can give to you, he's going to educate you as well. Check him out. Discover the natural benefits of their premium products. To CBD Plus USA, Tyler Hyde, thank you so much for all you do for me and The Public Affair. And of course, to Selco Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, who I didn't turn my phone off. The coach just texted me. Coach Maral Maldonado, shout out to you. Located at 3304 Franklin Avenue, they offer team, small group, and individual skills training. They also have elite skills training to make your kids superb star athlete. Listen, they even have occasional open plays on Mondays and Wednesdays in case you're trying to go out there and get your game on, all right? Follow on Facebook at Selco Soccer Academy. And a big shout out to professionals like George De Leon who are, making your kids superb. You know what I mean? Going out there doing you're a soccer coach too. We're going to get into that in just a second. All right. And big shout out to the Selco soccer teams who are playing right now. Like I said, they just texted me. Shout out to Coach Mauro Maldonado. A big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of anything that you guys can do in terms of sponsorship. Always rooting for you, Coach. Do your thing. You and the kids are absolutely amazing. And thank you so much for letting The Public Affair be a part of anything that you guys have going on. Anything. I truly appreciate it. And congrats to all that you are achieving, bro. Proud of you. Big shout out to my very, very special guest. He does every single thing in town. He was just telling me that he does music too. I'm like, oh, what, you got an album to promote and stuff? Listen, he's the owner of Agua Water LLC, right. Wooden Thumb Handyman Services. Correct. There was also a paint business that I just forgot to jot the name down of. Premier. And he's Premier Painting. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then he's also a singer-songwriter, as it turns out, as well. Family man, dad, soccer coach. He is an icon, as it turns out, and I'm so happy to finally have Mr. Fernando Ramirez here on the Public Affair. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Beautiful day today, for sure. Yeah. Blessed to have another day.
Yeah, exactly. It's Sunday morning. I'm so happy that you said that you would be here this early in the morning. I know that you were booked and busy this weekend. I know that you had the soccer game yesterday. I know that you had the dad's 60th or 21st birthday party yesterday. So I saw you guys all drinking. And thank you for not getting hungover, please. You know how many times that's happened? Where they have had to cancel on me because they're hungover or whatever?
I'm not much of a big drinker, though.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay, so good.
I mean, here recently, I have had a few extra shots that I probably should not have taken, but I'm not much of a drinker.
Is there a reason for that, Fernando? I mean, you don't look any older than 22 years old, so it's not like you have any health issues.
I guess just the way you grow up. Sometimes you grow up seeing people drinking line. You're like,
it gets old. It gets old.
Not for me.
It gets old, right?
It gets old.
Some of my friends still be on Snap. Listen, I'm that person that I get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, right? That's just the time I get up, and they be on Snapchat at the clubs, the strip clubs, liquor bottles, shots, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm sick. I'm sick. I can't do this. You know what I mean? Yeah, but no, thank you again for being here. And
thank you for having me.
I think that having you on the show was really, truly long overdue. I'm sorry that I slept on you for so long.
Oh, no worries. No worries. I enjoyed every single episode you've done.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You did say that you've been following the show since it came out 4 years ago. So I never know who really is doing that. So I really appreciate that thing. So, I mean, again, thank you again for being here. Definitely want to dive right into it. We did meet last year at the fair. I think that was our first time meeting in person.
No, the first time we met was at I can't remember who. I believe it was Caitlin that was opening that smoke shop.
Oh yeah,
on Waco Drive.
Yeah. Oh, we did meet there, but I was on the radio.
Yes,
because so when I was on okay, so I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that was fun fact.
That was 2020.
That was in 2020 because that's when I quit. Because that was my last radio. So I did that remote and then quit, fired, whatever, that following Monday. Or I should say that following Wednesday.
Hey, but look what you're at now.
You know what? It's a blessing.
Yes, it is.
No, it truly is a blessing. I went through that was pretty rough. To have been let go of that job or quit. It's up for debate. It is up for debate. But whatever. We clarified that. Anyway, listen, Fernando, for anybody who is watching this episode, like, who is this man that you have on the show? Can you just introduce yourself to us and a little bit about who you are, please?
Well, I guess my name is Fernando Ramirez, the obvious. I'm a businessman here in Waco, Texas. I've been doing business for the past 12 years. Mm-hmm. It's kind of, the reason I started is because my father.
Yeah.
He was working at a big construction company here in Waco.
And
he had his dream of
doing
his own thing. Unfortunately, he doesn't speak a lot of English and, et cetera, et cetera. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it.
You're going to do your thing.
I'm just going to give it a try. I mean, I've been doing construction with him since I was 12.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So I know I've been around, seen a lot of different things.
I know. We're going to get into the construction workers have the shit, and you guys go through the most. One of my friends just was going through the most not too long ago, and we talked about it at dinner. I said I was going to say it on the show. No, I feel like you construction guys, you contractor, like you got, if you sit down and piss, they're all attacking you on social media.
Yeah. You know what though?
Okay.
Like the other day, somebody called me and they were like, "Hey, we want to get you on our magazine."
Oh.
And I was like, "Okay." Dude, shit you not.
Yeah.
She was like, "People don't really look at this magazine. Their number one people that looks at the magazine is your competitor." And that kind of opened my eyes a little bit.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's like...
what's the magazine? You got to spill the tea. Like, you can't just be doing that to us. Okay, and who's the competitor?
It's a magazine about contractors in Waco.
Okay, I didn't know that.
But, but she was like, the number one people that look at it is other contractors.
Oh, I see.
To see what you're going to put out there, what you're going to say, how you're going to, blah, blah, blah. And that just opened up my eyes. I was like, I don't want to be in it.
Oh, okay. Do you think that was going to be a negative experience for you? Yeah.
It's like...
Wait, do you think that there was malintent behind inviting you on the magazine?
I think so.
Like trying to stir some shit up?
Yeah.
Is that right?
So I was like, nah, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Word of mouth is the best thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Just do a good job. They'll refer you to.
Wait, well, now I'm confused. So what was the point of that then? I
don't know.
Yeah.
But I was like, no.
Okay.
I mean, like you said, construction is bad.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah. Whoever's doing a construction job. Yeah.
My heart truly goes out. And let me tell you something. People get so mad at me for defending these contractors and stuff like that. I don't give a fuck you. Like, I'm sorry. Well, we're going to get more into it in a minute because I want to know if maybe contractors are the common denominator or are these people really just doing the most? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd love to get your opinion on that. No bashing nobody. I just, would like to get that. Listen, early life for you though. So I read that you went to Midway. So you're from this area. I went to Midway too.
Midway.
Okay, so back in 2000, so that shows your age because I was in elementary school. And so, I wonder because I moved to Midway when I was, and I'm so happy to know that you went there because just a lot of my recent guests went to Midway as well, and there's people that I grew up with, and I don't have a lot of people on the show that I grew up with. And so for that matter, what I'm leading to say is that back in 2005 to 2009, Midway was a little bit more conserved, right? Yes. So the likes of me walking around was a little bit. But what about for you? Digging back further, you know what I mean?
So I grew up in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So I literally went from an all black and Mexican school.
Yeah, right.
So then my parents moved us to Texas to Midway. Did I shit you not? I was like the third Mexican there.
Yeah.
And maybe like 2 black people there.
Yeah.
So like walking in there, I was like, blonde hair everywhere.
It's crazy,
You know,
right?
I was like, the fuck, there's gold in people's hair? You know? Like, and then they didn't even know how to say my name.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they'd be like, Fernando. I'm like,
You didn't think that was hot?
no. I was like, it was embarrassing. I was like, oh my God.
You weren't trying to bag a snow bunny?
I was like, Mom, why'd you name me that? She named me something simple, like Jose or something.
Well, no, because I'm from New York. And so when I moved to Midway, it was the same thing. I grew up in a predominantly, it was black, Mexican, Salvadorian, Ecuadorian, Colombian. Then I go to Midway, it's all white people. Right. And I don't think by any means, and we talked about this on the show, that I was personally discriminated against. I just don't think that they were as, how do I put this? Like evolved in terms of like culture. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You know?
To be honest with you, man, I never got discriminated in school. Okay. Like, everybody was cool.
Yeah.
Everybody was nice to me.
But were you their star soccer player?
No.
You were?
No. So
were you their secret weapon?
No, I was in boxing back then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was in boxing. My mom put me in boxing. So I did a lot of boxing. I was a hothead back in the day.
Yeah,
you know. You're young and dumb.
Were you fighting and stuff like that? Or is that really?
I was in fights like
you seem so level-headed. I would never get that from you.
I can be. It's
okay.
Just, you know, some people like to push too much.
Oh yeah, I've said on my last episode, Fernando, that a lot of these bitches are only making it because I have this show. You better thank God the public affairs where it's at today. Otherwise, I'd be taking bitches out left and right. So just some things don't deserve a response. Am I right or am I right?
That's right.
That's right. And especially as you anyway.
Yeah. No response is a response. You know what they say?
It drives them crazy. I talk to my best friend Mar about it all the time. I was like, you know, because he's a hothead too, or was a hothead, and I was like, you know, you just got to learn to just like. But now he's teaching me that because now I'm becoming a little bit more vocal. So I'm going against all my own advice. And he's like, bro, you have to learn to shut the fuck up. Yeah. And it's true.
It's true.
It's true because then there's all that. Yeah. So anyway, so you were back in boxing, so that was a healthy way for you to channel a lot of that.
It was, you know, and then I enjoyed working out. I've always have.
Okay.
I mean, I remember when that Terminator movie came out. I was like, oh my God, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm in the front of the mirror. I'm gonna say what I was 11 years old.
Okay.
Flexing every other.
Oh God, you were one
day.
of those.
Yeah. See if it grew.
You're still working out these days?
Man, I haven't worked out in the past 3 months. I'm currently going through a little minor situation on my leg. I'm probably gonna have a surgery.
So they still work out. You can still work out. I broke my whole foot and I was working out. Bitch.
Well, they told me not. They told me I can't.
You can do upper body.
They told me I can't do no kind of like.
Yeah, my doctor told me to stay in bed for 6 months.
Yeah.
I recorded an episode of The Public Affair the next day. I was like, fuck you, I can't. Okay? I did bed in my ass.
Well, I'm going back to the gym tomorrow then.
Yeah, you could go to the gym. You'll be all right, okay? Yeah. That's an excuse. I don't want to hear that shit. Listen, how was the family life growing up for you, though? Like, I mean, so you mentioned that dad didn't speak a lot of English. I mean, you guys went to Midway, moved from Chicago, and so it leads me to believe that you lived in the Hewitt area, which is predominantly caucus. And so how did you guys blend in? I mean, did it cause any strife within the family or anything like that?
No, not really, man. No. I mean, my dad would take me or my brother everywhere to help him translate.
Oh, okay.
Back then you couldn't just pay the bill over the phone.
Yeah.
So we would go, he would take us, pay, we would just say what he wanted and pay the bill, blah, blah, blah. But no, we never experienced anything remotely. To be honest with you, I experienced more discriminating in Chicago than I did here.
Really? Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, everybody was. I guess you got to meet my dad too, though. Everybody loves my dad, man.
Okay, you should have brought him. We could have had a Spanglish episode.
He's just one of those people. Like he draws positive energy. He's a very positive person.
Yeah, definitely.
So I guess that helped a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, he gets along with everybody.
Well, big happy birthday to him. Yesterday was the birthday, thank you. You should have brought him here for his birthday. That would have been the best birthday present ever to have been on the #1 podcast in Waco, right? Okay, so main discrimination. So no big issues or whatever. Let's fast forward a little bit. I understand that you're coaching soccer.
So
yeah.
I've coached football and basketball before. Okay. I don't coach soccer. But
so you lied to me yesterday. Okay, bad.
My son.
So you lied to me. That's fine.
No. So my son is in we signed him up for a soccer team. My son and my other 2 boys.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find a coach.
Oh, okay.
They couldn't find a coach. So if one of the parents didn't step up, then they weren't gonna get to play.
Oh, I see.
So I was like, you know what? I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll step up and do it. So I told them, hey, I never coached soccer before. So, I mean, I played it, never coached it.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, they're 8 years old. You just got to teach them the fundamentals, kicking the ball, guarding the the pose, etc.
Okay, got you.
So that's where.
What's the team name? That sounds close to the age group that I
Texans.
sponsored. The Texans.
The Texans.
Okay. Who? Oh, well, I guess there is no coach. You're the coach.
Yeah, I'm the new coach now. So new kid in town, I guess.
I don't know. Like with the show, I've gotten so involved in soccer. Like I said during my advertisements, the coach actually just texted me, which I should have done. But I don't know how I got so involved in that community. So I thought that was something that we can relate to. But no. So did you play football and basketball back in the day? Where you know how to
back in the day? But I love football, man. I love basketball, but football is my favorite sport.
People wouldn't believe that I like football too. I do. Like I'm no gay shit.
I
Like,
never hear you talk about football.
Well,
Soccer.
Well, because I would play football. I only talk about soccer because fuck, they're not playing football. I like football.
I thought you just had somebody. Was it?
I had Ahmad Dixon.
Yes,
Ahmad Dixon on the show
right.
who talked about his failed NFL career, which I thought was so vulnerable and
Interesting
so.
story too, by the
Wasn't
way.
it great? Did you love it?
Yes.
You know what? Really it took me from that, and I wanted to talk to you about this too because as again we talk about the contracting and your experience with the magazine and everything is that there's people that are really out there to just kind of like tear you down on purpose because they don't want to see you succeed, and it was
true.
And it was unfortunate from what I gathered in his conversation was that he almost succumbed to that. Like there was that person pretty much succeeded in tearing him down. Let's jump right into it. How often have you had to deal with that?
Oh man, a lot.
Really?
I mean, cause think about it, man. Nobody really wants to see you succeed,
Right.
and anybody that says they want to is bullshit.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
especially when it's one of your competitors or somebody that you're really close to.
Oh.
It's usually somebody that you're really close to.
Is that right?
Like they just don't want it, man. They don't want it for you.
And that's so interesting that you talk about that too, because I'm not personally, but I know of somebody going through something similar, right? And so it was somebody that they were close to, and they almost had a falling out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And over the same thing. Yeah. And so it's unfortunate because I kind of agree with you, Fernando, but then I also kind of disagree, right? Because like the people that I'm really close to, I really do want to see them succeed. And then in podcasting, right? Like there's obviously like this natural competitive. Like, okay, we have to not fight, but we're all trying to be up here. You know what I mean? But I'm also not tearing anybody down.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes. What's the experience that you had where, maybe you were close with somebody and, it's kind of like.
To be honest with you, man, it's just, I guess some people like to lie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if they do it to make themselves
look better.
greater or look better. You know what I mean? By breaking you down when literally like that was not the case.
Right.
And I run into that a lot.
Oh, wow.
Like I'm a good-hearted person, man. I like to help people out. Like you said, I want people to succeed.
Yeah,
I want people to have something in life. At the end of the day, that's all we want.
So, but then when you backtrack and you say, even sometimes the people closer to you or if they say they want to see you succeed, it's bullshit. Do you think that it's about face where maybe they think opposite of you? So you're saying on the show, I want to see you succeed, but do you think that people thought that you maybe presented a behavior that suggested otherwise?
I never thought about that before, to be honest with you. Like, maybe it's something I'm doing. I don't know.
Tell the magazine to ask that question.
Maybe, sometimes it could be the way you carry yourself. Some people might portray it as something different that you really are not trying to put out there.
Yeah, I got you.
So
most definitely. Oh God, this is building up to a lot like that I really wanted to talk to you about. But with that, you weren't always your own boss. No. I mean, sure, you've had jobs and stuff like that. Yeah. And so becoming your own boss though, because now, it has to put context into why you feel the way you feel about it now, right? And so in the beginning, what made you make the decision to do that?
My dad.
Okay.
My father.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he kept talking about it, man, and like we would literally go do a job, and I know my dad's worth, I know my worth, and I know it's like, man, he's not getting paid enough. We're not getting paid enough.
Yeah.
Like we're doing all the work.
Yeah.
So finally I was like, I'm done.
Okay.
It's time to do
Were you working for another contractor?
Yes.
Or okay, gotcha.
We're working for a big contracting company here in Waco.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, literally, they will send me all the way to Florida, and I will manage 16 guys.
Right.
To do work the hurricanes or whatever. Like, and I was in charge.
And you weren't getting paid nothing.
And I wasn't getting paid enough. And I finally was like, yeah.
This has got to go.
This has got to go.
Yeah.
Like,
was it scary jumping into to your own thing, or?
My last check was $387
from the job.
From the job.
Wow, that's it.
That's it, man. That was back in 2007.
You can't do nothing with $380. Like.
So I spent $100, made me a sign.
Okay.
And And from there,
That's it.
I just went off.
So Fernando started his own business out of $100.
$100.
And here we are making excuses with our $500 in our pocket. I used my stimulus check to start the public affair, if you want me to be honest.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's really how you get somewhere, man.
Yeah.
By investing in yourself.
You have to.
And even if it's a little bit.
Yeah.
And the problem today is people think it's gonna happen so fast.
Yeah.
Like it takes time.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 years. It's been 4 years for you.
Well, and I'm happy that you say that. It's been 4 years, and I'm very open about the fact I still work a regular job too, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, so while there's still sacrifices that are being made, that's part of it.
That's part
of
it.
You know what I mean? And I'm blessed to have sponsorship that helps the production keep going and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, business is business.
Business is business.
And it's difficult.
Yeah.
And there's even people that, they do see the show, because you said it. And they think that they'll get, this took a lot of hard work. Not getting on my knees. You know what I mean? Like, people want to think, like, this took a lot of hard work. And anyway, this is about you. So, you know what, Fernando? Fuck. Okay, so beforehand, though, you mentioned that you were doing the construction, okay? And so what was the final straw for you that said, you know what, I'm not working for another person anymore? Like, you know what I mean? Was there a specific situation that happened, or was it simply just about the money?
I don't think there was a situation, because like I said, I just got tired of working so hard and not seeing anything. Not growing, especially my father, man. Like I say, I love the man, he's my best friend. So just seeing him, I'm like, man, I got to do something.
Okay.
There's something I got to do.
Yeah, definitely.
If he can't do it, I got the tools,
Yeah.
I can do it.
You're giving me anxiety because I feel like you have a lot to get off your chest, and we're about to get a lot off his chest here in a minute, guys, but we're going to take a quick break so I can get me a drink of water, wash my face, because I feel the energy in him. He was waiting to come on this show. He's got some shit to say. So you know what, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to have more of my very special guest, Mr. Fernando Ramirez, here on The Public Affair, so stay tuned.
All right, where we left off at?
Yeah, no, we're gonna do the ads. Fernando, you're making me really nervous. No, because I want to talk to you about this. I really do, because, and I really want your humble, honest opinion once we get into it. Welcome back to The Public Affair. You guys, as you can see, Fernando has me very, very nervous, very shaky, very sweating. I had to go put some deodorant on before the break. Now, before we continue with this exciting episode, I definitely want to use the opportunity to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by Junior Anabana with Banda's Hauling Service. They run dump trailers. That's right. You're going to fill it up. They haul it away. They also do junk removals and tree brush removals, and they haul cars in and out of town. That's right. They're also offering roll-off dumpster services as well. Perfect for big get-togethers. You guys had that party yesterday. You could use the big dumpster. I'm sure there's trash everywhere. Now you have to go back and clean it up. And listen, just book now with the number on the screen. Save their phone number. Banda's Hauling Service, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy, Osier Penguin Benitez with Funtown RV, the best in RV sales. That's right. Penguin works overtime to make sure you and your family are situated and settled in the best RVs suited for you. I'm talking about toy haulers, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and so much more. Se habla español también. All right. Listen. The summertime's coming around. You want to go camping? Make sure you get a nice little camper with Penguin. All right. Follow Penguin's cool RV deals and tips on Facebook. To Penguin, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Oh, to Fernando de la Rosa with Big Bear Lawn Care, small landscaping business. Listen, the lawns are a hot ass mess. Nobody wants to be going out there, it's 100 degrees and cutting the lawn, right? Just let Fernando come out there and do a splendid job at it. That's right. Mowing, edging, mulching, and so much more. Call the number on the screen for a free quote. Se habla español también. He just told me he spoke Spanish a little bit. To Fernando de la Rosa, Big Bear Lawn Care, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Myra Rosales with Strike a Pose Photography, a digital photo booth business perfect for parties, private events, corporate events, and so much more. That's right. It's fun, it's convenient, it's easy. She's also offering digital customized invitations and movement forms as well. I'm talking about e-cards. Why are you going to go print out cards? Listen, we're in 2024. Let her make digital cards for you so that way you guys can invite everybody to the wedding. And don't go to the weddings with the promotions that I do. That's just promotion. Don't be showing up to the wedding talking about Andrew G sent you. No, I didn't. All right, listen, to Myra Rosales, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to Alonso Flores with World's Stretch Therapy. Listen, a mobile stretch therapy and massaging, 100% certified and professional. I love getting a nice stretch from Alonso, especially after an intense workout, because I do a lot of CrossFit. And he comes to you 100% professional, puts a table out at your house and stretches you out, massages you, and everything is perfect for athletes or just anybody who's tight and needs to loosen up. Se habla español también. Follow on social media and call the number on the screen to book World Stretch Therapy. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. All right, guys, I'm back with my very special guest, Fernando Ramirez. Listen, I'm just really shocked at how open you are. I guess because I only see, like, we only interact on social media. And so like you everything with you is like family and the business, right? But at the end of the day, you're a business owner. You're in, contracting, construction, whatever. You're in everything, basically. Okay, let's just dive right into it. You guys have the shit end of everything, and it seems as if every so often I log on and there's a contractor. It could be anybody. I've seen it with everybody. I have contractors that sponsor this show. I have contractors that have sponsored the show in the past that have gotten a lot of heat on social media and stuff like that. What's your thought on everything that's going on with you guys? Do you think that these contractors really are doing some shitty work, or do you think that people are just doing the most and just want attention?
Well, if you're referring to some of the contractors that just happened last year, yeah, I think they fucked up.
Okay.
I think they money, man. It's money.
It's money. Okay.
It's money. And money is the problem. You know what I mean? Like, you get a check for $30,000, and next thing you know, you're like, I don't want to.
So that happens.
That happens.
Okay, gotcha.
It hasn't happened to me, but
yeah,
I've had some friends that started a business, and that's what happened.
Okay.
They got the money in their hands, and man, money changes people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. And you also got to look at people's backgrounds. What they did before they started a business. Most of the time that carries over.
Okay.
Or how they run their business. And I'm not gonna say any names, but the same shit happened.
Okay. Has that ever happened to you?
No, man.
Okay.
Luckily, I never had a complaint. Never had anybody report me in any type of way or nothing like that. I always aim to please the customer.
Yeah.
At some jobs, I have lost. Okay. Because my priority is to make sure that they're happy.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there has been some customers that it got heated.
Sure.
And it just got to the point where we were not understanding each other.
Okay.
And that happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes you meet somebody and you're like, oh, great, this is what we want. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Fernando, you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. And then this didn't get ordered in time, or she doesn't like the outcome of how she thought it was going to look. Yeah. So it creates,
like tension,
stress,
and stress. But so then what did you do different than that didn't get you? Because it would sound as though, like, as far as the dissatisfied customer experience when it comes to contractor, I feel like when I see the blasting on social media and I see, like, everybody tearing this person's down, because it's more than one business, it seems like it's for a lot of the same thing. Either they did a shitty job and then, whatever the case is. But in your case, it sounds like the customer wasn't happy with the job that you did, but nobody blasted you.
Right.
So, I mean, did you just whoop their ass, or like?
No. And look, it comes back down to the money part again.
Okay.
And that's the main part, man. So, for example, most of the time when a client is not happy, is because of shitty material. You buy shitty material, so the outcome of the job's not going to be the same.
Okay.
Again, the money part. You get a job, and if you know that this job is going to cost you $7,000 in this particular phase of the job, right?
Okay.
Well, somebody's like, you know what? I don't want to spend the $7,000. I'm going to go spend the $3,000. Well, you just fucked up right there, because you're not going to get that quality job that you promised your customer.
Okay, so you're talking about on the contractors end.
Correct.
So they're getting $7,000 to, like, let's just say, for instance, Fernando, build my bathroom.
Correct.
Give me a shower with, the seat, whatever. I'm going to give you $7,000, but you only spent $3,000. So $6,000. So basically, you pocketed $4,000.
Correct.
To just do whatever you want with it.
To do whatever you want with it.
So then, well, okay, yes, that is shitty.
Right.
Yes,
shitty
that
because
is shitty.
You get shitty material. You put in I don't want to say a shitty person or somebody that's not skilled enough. It's just the work they do is not great.
So where do you profit from then? Like, so I would expect you, when you give me a quote like that, to have something there for you to be making money out of.
Correct. And all of us do.
I don't know about 4,000.
All of us. Exactly.
You know what I mean? But,
because look, man, a lot of these people, they focus on one job. They focus on, how much am I going to get out of this one job? What they don't focus on is volume.
Okay.
Yes, it might take you a little longer to get that $4,000 in, but you're going to have volume. Okay. You're going to create, a great job that people are going to talk about, and you're going to get another client and another client and another client. Okay, yeah. You see what I mean?
I see, yeah.
People focus, like some of these people that got in trouble, they focus too much on how much money am I going to get out of this one job.
I see.
At the end of the day, that's not what it's about.
Okay.
It's about making money, paying your bills, taking care of your family.
Right.
But it's about growing a business.
Okay.
It's about putting a name out there that people are going to say, hey, that guy does a great job.
So what's an appropriate number for you to actually keep to, live and pay your people off of if I give you a $7,000 budget?
I would say anywhere between 18 to 20%.
Okay.
And that's after paying myself. The business has to profit. The business has to make.
Yeah, definitely.
So my paycheck's in there.
Yeah. I caught something that you said earlier in the conversation, and I love this, by the way. Thank you so much for being candid. I mean, But, you mentioned that there were some of either your friends or people that you knew that you saw, going through all that, right? What role did you play in either smoothing things out, or did you just pretty much mind your business?
No.
Because if they're as close to you as you say they are, what role, did you try to, at the very least, be like, hey, that person's not really like that? Or did you go to that person and say, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Two of my friends that happened to, and I called them and I was like, the fuck did you do? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And they were honest. Yeah. And they were like, man, things just got away from me. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, at the end of the day, if you fuck up, you fuck up, but just make it right.
Sure.
You running away, it's not gonna make things right, or it's gonna help your situation.
Okay.
Because now you're blasted all over Facebook. Yeah. Now you don't have work.
Do you find it necessary to defend them publicly, or do you just kind of stay out of it? Yeah.
No, because at the end of the day, there's two stories.
Sure.
There's two sides. So
yeah, and one thing about me, Fernando, I always believe too. Like I will I'll defend my people publicly and then tell them they fucked up privately. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not about like, and I specifically, like when I say that, I specifically talk about like my brothers, right? Shout out to Jaime Morrow. Like if there's a situation where people are attacking them, you're attacking us then.
Correct.
But then if I know you did something wrong, when we get together, I'm gonna be like, okay, listen, let's have a conversation. You know what I mean?
And that's how I am, man. Yeah. And a lot of people know me in Waco, and they'll tell you, if you got a problem with me, come talk to me.
Sure.
Let's eat a burrito. Let's fucking drink a beer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Okay.
What's the deal?
Well, they don't want to do that no more. Everybody's acting like bitches. It drives me crazy.
But you doing all this shit in circles, telling so-and-so. I don't know if you ever heard the analogy, like, if you start spreading a story around, by the time that story comes back out, they add it.
It's called telephone.
Yeah.
The game is called telephone.
They added other bullshit in there. By the time it comes down here to you, you're like, wait a minute.
Have you seen any of your, because I just have to say personally, like, I mean, it's no secret, like, I've had people sponsor the show that have went through that. And, we are friends, you know what I mean? And I didn't see them to be thieves or whatever the case is, because my experience with them personally is different. One of my friends who is a contractor recently just went through the same shit. Do you know what I mean? I don't believe him to be a thief. I don't believe him to be, you know what I mean? And we had this conversation at dinner the other day, and I said, damn, it's unfortunate. This is not going to be the last time that it happens, because you do one thing wrong in somebody's eyes and they get at you.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Follows you.
So I guess it leads me to say, have you ever seen any of your, I should say peers, because you guys are in the same business, right? Or maybe, I don't know if peers is a loose term, but have you seen anybody go through that and that's not what really happened? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have. And same thing. I don't really I defend them, but privately.
Private. Okay.
I don't necessarily put myself out there defending them, because at the end of the day, I got to look out for myself.
Well,
I don't want to put myself in a situation.
Because see, I defend publicly. I'm that bitch. And so, okay. I'll tell you fucked up privately if you truly did. That's what I want everybody to understand. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so if you really did fuck something up, I'm like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. But but if I see a pack of people going after somebody that I care about, I'm defending my person. And you're gonna get at both of us, and I'm very vicious. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of you bitches made it because of the show, because I can't be doing that all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I guess in most cases, what would you say is the percentage wise in terms of the contractor truly stealing? Is that a strong term?
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know. Okay. The contractor not stealing, pocketing the majority of the money versus it being a big misunderstanding. Do you think what outweighs more than the other in your particular instance?
Like
in your particular opinion, excuse me.
In my opinion, in situations like we talked about, I think it's pocketing the money.
You think it's pocketing the money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, that's like I said, that's the problem.
Okay,
it's the money part.
Don't you hate money?
I mean, money fucks up a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
It fucks up a lot of relationships. Fucks yourself up.
Yeah.
Some people can't handle how to not
let it get to you.
Let go into money, not let go, not go all into money.
For sure. Yeah, and it's a thick situation to be into because don't get me wrong, we see it happen all the time, and I've had contractors on this show and everybody's giving their opinions and stuff like that, but with you, I not that I agree with everything, but I appreciate your candidness. You know what I mean? It sounds like you would know more. You know what I mean? Because you're actually in the business. Yeah. You know what I mean? So do people ever try to get you? Because you know what else drives me crazy too, though? And so when that person's getting blasted and then there's other business. Well, you should have just did it with me. What, you know what I mean? Yo, y'all some hoes. I'm sorry, y'all some hoe ass bitches, bro.
Oh man, the competitive is crazy, man.
Okay.
The shit they say is, I mean, I've even had people say bad things about me, and then when I actually meet the client, or after the client actually hired me, they're like, hey, man, these people said this and this about you. And I'm shocked. Because some of these people that said things are like people that I consider good friends.
Yeah.
Fernando,
let's jump right into that then. Because, see, it all goes hand in hand.
It does.
Right? It all goes hand in hand. So all these people that maybe I'm referencing, you know what I mean? I see them different than that. But in this case, a lot of people, for some reason, felt the need to tear you down. Why? What did you do to people besides sit down and piss? What the hell did you do to people?
I have a fiance.
Sure.
And
who's gorgeous. Shout out to her. I stalked her yesterday. Yes, I did.
But man, that was one of the things that I just went through something a few weeks ago.
Okay. Do you want to share or not? You could share. It's okay.
Really close friend that I thought he was my friend.
Okay.
And then went out and spread a rumor that was false.
Sure.
And man, it tore me down a little bit.
Wow.
Because I was like, he was really close to me. You know what I mean? Like we exchanged things. We told a little bit about each other, personal, blah blah blah. You know, try to help him up, and then for him to go and lie and say those things about you, I told my fiance, I was like, why?
It's hurtful.
Like what? For what reason? So man, I think after reading a little bit, what I think is that people are not happy with themselves, man.
Agreed.
They're just. I don't think it's jealousy. I don't think they're jealous of you. I don't think that, they really want to see you down there.
Yeah.
I just think they're not happy with themselves.
Right.
Or they don't know how to get themselves to a place where they're happy.
Yeah.
So what do? They tear you down.
Well, and then
they want you at their level.
Exactly. And then in most cases too, because I've seen this, people are really good at riding the coattails of other people. I've seen this happen more than once. And so, they get to where they are by using you to get as high as you can and then move on to the next.
Exactly.
Betraying you in the process.
Exactly.
Exactly. So I've seen it happen to some of my close friends. It's definitely happened to me. I just shared a post about it this morning. This business that I'm in is lonely.
Yeah.
It's a very lonely business. So, and I put in the post, I reference my brothers a lot, Jaime and Mauro, because they're the only ones them and their families are the only ones that I feel like, God, I can 100% confide in you guys. I know you guys have my back, but there's people who are only my friend to reap the benefits of free shit.
And look, you know what? I'm gonna keep it raw with you.
Yeah.
There's I'm not even gonna say the person's name, but there's a person that was on your show.
Okay.
And when you first started this show, he talked so much shit about you. And
he talked about you?
Oh, you?
I talked shit about. Wait.
No. He talked so much shit about you doing this podcast.
Is it my boss?
No, not your boss. And I felt this jealousy energy as what you were doing, and then he tried to do what you're doing, and it didn't work out for him.
So can I tell you? Oh God, maybe,
and
yeah.
Oh my God,
do you think? That's okay. That's okay.
It was.
You're not the first person that has said that to me.
It's crazy, man.
And so, but that's let's just fucking talk about it then, because you brought it up, right? And that's exactly what I'm talking about. I've had people on this show, and listen, I don't regret any episode that I've done. Everybody comes over here. I don't pay a person to come over here. They give me their time to create content for our community. But I've definitely had people on the show where people have messaged me later on and said, yo, this person was talking mad shit about you. This person always said that you were this, that, and the third, and then now they're on your show. Right. But then the thing is, you know what my best friend has always taught? Shout out to fucking Coach Mauro Maldonado. You know what he's taught me? Whatever's not directed is not respected.
Correct.
That's exactly, he taught me that. And so you talked allegedly, because I don't know what's true and what's not. right? And so at this point, it's really irrelevant to me because it was never directed to me. And then there's people that I've had on the show who I've had falling outs with. You know what I mean? There's people that have been on the show who we just don't fuck with each other anymore.
Right.
You know, and that's just the way of life.
That's right.
But that's what I talk about, Fernando. And maybe this can relate to you as well. Is that this business is a lonely business?
Correct.
Because while everybody sees the top podcaster in Waco, and you know everybody knows who you are, this and that. People have used me to get where they want to be.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's about face, because then it's like the purpose of you coming on this show is to give exposure to whatever you've got going on. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're not the first person that's...
But that just shows you that it's not just in my line of work. It's in your line. It's in everybody's line of work. I mean, everybody that has a business out there, they're alone.
Yeah.
And... you know, you don't just gotta face, you don't just gotta face the money part and the financing part and the family part and taking care of your family, taking care of work. But you also gotta face all these fake ass fucking people that want to use you to get where they want to get and then trash you.
You know what though too, bro? Like, and I appreciate, again, I appreciate how real you are. I do. But for me, if I focus too much on who's fake and who's real, I wouldn't get anywhere. When I started this podcast, you know, and even in my business and media, like I've encountered so many people that way. Do you know what I mean? I've encountered so many people that are like that, and you just kind of like you move on. Yeah, you have to, because then I can't do the show because it's bothering me.
Well, you know what? On that note, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it out here, man. Like, to anybody that's watching the show, man, fucking stop. Yeah. Stop the lies. Stop your bullshit. Get your shit together. Do what you want to do, but stop bringing people down with it. Yeah. Like, you know, just, you can do it. If you will spend that much energy on focusing on how you're going to grow versus you trying to tear somebody down, I promise you're going to get somewhere.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
You know what I mean? Like, I read this phrase the other day that said, man, people are so focused on finding mud in you, the muddy situations in you, and not finding their goal in their life. And it's true.
It's true.
It's true.
It is true. I've said the same thing, Fernando. I definitely say you hit the nail on the head. You honestly did. You know what I mean? And that goes to me to ask you, you know, I was going to ask if you've dealt with leeches in your business, but it turns out you have. Oh, man. I think you just said a mouthful. Do you find it sad losing friends in your business? Do you think that it's all worth it?
No, man, because at the end of the day, you know, some people show you the true colors, and once they do that, you learn from that. You know, like it makes you grow a little bit. Yeah, it hurts. Yeah. But it makes you grow a little bit more as a business person. Sure. You know, or
as an individual, period.
Or, I mean, it's even helping me teach my son how to encounter things when people like this happen. And my daughters.
And then it's hard because then it goes between business and personal, right? Correct. And so it makes you have this guard up. But then like I'm so weird when it comes to that, because like, and again, I reference my best friend a lot. Like, he's always had a guard up with people because he's been through a lot of betrayal in his life, right? And then you know, for me, like you just said, same. You know what I mean? Like, people use me, and I don't feel like it's fair, like, to have a guard up with you because you never did anything to me. Do you see what I'm saying? But then there's those people who create a guard up against everybody because they don't know who to trust. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And so it's a sad situation to be in, unfortunately. And
well, I mean, as much as it sucks, you can't do that though, because then you might miss an opportunity.
An opportunity to meet somebody great.
Somebody great.
So that's why Morrow is my best friend, because you know how many people told me that nigga wasn't shit when I met him 3 years ago, and that he was gonna betray me, and that he was this, that, and the third, and now we're brothers. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'll fight the world with that guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I know a great guy. Do you know what I mean? I do. And so anyway, I've definitely dealt with that in this business. I've had people. I know I'm not naive to knowing that I've had people on the show who don't think the best.
Oh man, dude, I shit you not. When I watched that show, I was fucking laughing.
You're gonna have to tell me after the show.
I will. I was laughing. I was like, "You two-faced mother." I like if we could like talk in the show, or you know how you used to call in the show. I would have been like, "Hey, that motherfucker's lying to you."
He's lying to me.
Boy, he lying to you.
No, well, okay. And we might be talking about different people, but I did have people. I did have people tell me, you know, yo, this person used to talk mad shit about you.
You should do that though.
Have them back on and
confront
them?
You should be like, "I'm taking a call in."
Okay.
You know,
I know if we did live streams, because let me be honest with you too. Like, honestly, and this is why I don't like to like entertain, and this is why I'm not even gonna ask you who it is on camera, because then it's gonna start a bunch of shit, right? But the thing is too is that, I mean, I never wanted this show to be like the stereotypical like trash talking, oh, he's gay, so it's all about the cheese man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's blast people, blah blah blah. I didn't want it to be like that. Has it been like that? Yes. Have I had to apologize to people? Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've said shit on this show about people that I have to take back because it's distasteful, and I learned that growing as an individual, as an interviewer, as a podcaster. You know what I mean? As somebody who's looked up to by children. Yeah. There's kids that come up to me and like, oh, I want to be like you. I want to be on your show. You know what I mean? I can't be doing that shit. You know, and if that's how you want to get ahead in your game and your business by just tearing people down, talking shit about them, and being all about the gossip and the cheating, bitch, we're in our fucking 30s and 40s. Grow the fuck up. Like, grow the fuck up. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just me. So I don't really focus too much on stuff like that. But no, I appreciate you saying that to me. With that being said, Fernando, damn, is there anything else you need to get off your chest? Or are you good?
No, I'm good.
So business is going. You got, thank you. You got Agua Water LLC. You've got Wooden Thumb Handyman Services. You've got all these different names for things that sounds like to me kind of like do the same thing. So can we clarify why so many different names and
So Premier One Painting no longer exists. So sure. I Premier One Painting bought out Wooden Thumb.
Oh, okay.
I bought out Wooden Thumb from Mike Morissette, amazing guy.
Mm-hmm,
he did a bunch of little handyman stuff. Mm-hmm. So I took it to the next level.
Yeah.
I wanted to do renovations, commercials, you know. So that's what Wooden Thumb does.
Okay.
Wooden Thumb does a bunch of renovations, remodeling, additions,
sure.
stuff like that. And we still incorporated that handyman service.
Okay.
Like I have people that call me to change their filters.
Oh.
I have this lady that lives alone in Waco. She doesn't have family, and she's 75 now.
Oh, okay.
And the other day I went and changed the batteries on her remote. She couldn't figure it out.
Okay.
You know.
Damn, you charge her for that?
I do.
Oh, okay.
You know, I
like
mean,
10 bucks, yeah.
I mean, but she's a really good customer of
Okay, got you.
She told me the other day, I swear you like my son. Like she has a whole little list by the end of the month of stuff that she needs done.
Yeah.
You know, around the house, etc.
Okay.
And then Agua Water, I started that 2 years ago. I actually went to school. I wanted to start a restoration business.
Oh, sure.
I don't know if a lot of people know what that is, but
is it like refurbishing and stuff like that?
Yeah, like when your house floods, when your house catches on fire.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You know, then we restore the property to its normal state.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I incorporated the roofing part.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that is because we were doing a lot of roofing for other contractors in Waco. Roofing was not our thing.
Yeah.
I've always done roofing. I've been around roofing my whole life.
Yeah.
It was just never something that I was like, I want to do it.
Gotcha.
You know? And finally, I woke up one day and I was like, no. If I'm going to do the roof, I'm going to do it under my name.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm no longer going to do it under somebody else.
Right,
yeah.
Gotcha.
You know, and you know, I don't feel like I'm taking anything away from anybody. I just, you know, want my own.
Fernando, do you think you're a hard pill to swallow?
Fuck. I guess.
I like you, though. I do like you. I think we need more people like you.
Yeah.
No gay shit. I mean, because when I say I like a guy, all of a sudden I want to sleep with him, right? Like, no, I like you. You're very not cut. Oh my God, that's the wrong term. You're very headstrong.
Yeah.
Did you have to learn to be like that, or were you always like that?
No, man. So I don't know if a lot of people know this about me, but I had a daughter that was killed by a drunk driver.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry to hear that.
She was 2 weeks from being 3 years old.
Oh no.
So the irony on that is, I was I'm not gonna say I was a fuck up person. I was just wild. You know, I was crazy. You know. Then my daughter was born.
Okay.
And changed my whole life.
Yeah.
And then she got taken away from me. Changed my whole life.
Wow, bro.
You know what I mean? And then in 2020 is when I actually she passed away in 2004.
Right.
In 2020 is when I actually started dealing with that. Like I literally put it in the back burner. You know, I didn't want to see pictures of her. I didn't want to think of her, nothing. Man, in 2020, I discovered so much about myself. I discovered how much I was holding myself back. You know what I mean? Not necessarily like in business, but and in everything.
Yeah.
And the way I would talk to people, the way I would carry myself with people, it wasn't really me. You know what I mean? It's like you were holding back. So I learned a lot about myself, man. And I told myself from now on, I'm just gonna be straight to the point. Like this is what it is. This is who you're gonna get.
Sure.
You know, raw and cut to the point.
Has it been beneficial for you in business?
Oh yes.
It has. Okay.
It has, man. Yeah. And I've come to make some great friends from it too.
Right.
You know, and when I was going through my process of therapy and all of that, dealing with that, I met some people that was going through a similar situation, not necessarily because they lost a kid, but they were just they were stuck.
Yeah.
You know, they were stuck there and they didn't know how to get out of it.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, man, I think that's where I'm at. That's why I think the way I think now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I finally just dealt with that.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us. I'm sure that was something really hard to go through. And,
man.
you know, my condolences to you and your family. And, you know, it hasn't been too long. And so, I mean, you guys, you're okay? Or?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
okay.
people say time heals, but it doesn't.
It doesn't,
Man,
yeah.
you always think about it. You just learn how to cope with it now. That's it, you know?
Well, Fernando, I hope that we have built a friendship. I like to have people like you in my life. I like to have, you know, like I said, my best friend, he's like you. That very direct. Sometimes it hurts. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, you bitch. But it's true.
Yeah.
You need to have people like that in your life that are going to give it to you raw, not like that, but you know, that are going to, that's how you get sick. That are going to, no, like that are going to be honest with you, but because they love you and they call it tough love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Tough love, man. For real.
Yeah, it's true. And it's honestly the reason why I continue to do this show today and why I still, because there's been times I want to throw in the towel. And so I think that whoever, I would like to invite you into my life. And I hope nobody calls me saying that you were talking shit about me.
Oh, fuck you. But you know what, though? This is where it goes. It boils down to, like, if that happens,
I would call you.
Exactly.
I would call you.
I would be like, hey, man.
Well, I like to have conversations with people. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, like I've said things about people that I didn't even like really know, and then they found out, and I had to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
And I understand what I did. You saw it. There was clips. My bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You have to do that though. You got to take accountability. And it was distasteful. As a person, I had to learn from that. You know.
Yeah.
Several times. Yeah. And I don't think a lot of people are on that same level.
No.
I think they're all about the drama. They're all about who's right and who's wrong. And if you fuck up, just own it.
I fucked up.
That's
Own it.
Well, guys, it goes without saying that Fernando Ramirez is probably one of the realest people that you can have in your life. So thank you again for coming on to the show. Okay.
Fact check.
I enjoyed this 100 times more than I thought I was going to. You were so open. I appreciate your candidness. You know, you're as real as they come. If we need restoration services, if we need handyman services, how are we getting in contact with you, Fernando? Roofing. Okay.
Pretty much, you can go to my page on Facebook, or we have a website.
Okay.
And it's called ourwaterroofing.com. A lot of people ask me too, why our water?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, if you think about it, our water is the main source of damage on anything.
True.
Water destroys everything.
Yeah.
You know, why do you have damage in your house? Water. Why do you have damage in your building? Water.
Okay.
So that's why I call it our water. And Spanish and English.
Yeah.
So
that's cute. I was going to say that is cute. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Fernando, thank you again so much for coming on to The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
We'll grab a beer soon, okay, and talk more.
Sure.
Because it sounds like we've got a lot to talk about. Okay. So everybody that tuned in, thank you guys so much. I've got more of The Public Affair on the way. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys, of course, can always expect genuine and real and raw content like today's episode. Now, before we go, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by Elite Barbershop and my boy Sid Rodriguez, located on Hewitt Drive. You can call them on screen to book or download the Squire app. Walk-ins are welcome as well. He has Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Clint Fletcher, Isai Reyes, Sam Ceballos, and Kyle Berry over there, making you look as snackish as I have for more than almost 200 episodes of The Public Affair. My boy Sid is doing big things with his barbershop and has truly an elite team of barbers. So thank you so much for all you do for me on the show, bro. I truly, truly appreciate you. Of course, and my boy Jesus Sanchez from Mart, Texas, with Brothers Roofing and Remodeling, a small construction business. Do you know him?
Good guy.
He's so great, isn't he?
Yes,
I love him. I love him so much. Specializing in general roofing needs and so much more. A lot of my people don't know him. I'm happy that you know him. Yes. Protect your home from the crazy elements of the Texas weather with his high quality and affordable work. You can follow on Facebook and call the number on the screen to book with Brothers Roofing and Remodeling. He'll also remodel your home. Give your house the upgrade that you need. All right? So Jesus Sanchez from Mart, Texas. And Fernando, you know, he only tells the truth. And so we recommend him.
Whether you like it or not.
Yes, okay, that's right. Of course, to Ana Limones with Hummingbird Party backdrops and decor. Call for our party decor, including beautiful balloon props, giving an extra flair to your party or event with a number of wooden backdrops and so much more. Balloon arches are in right now. Don't stress about designing the party, decorating the party, because my girl Ana Limones has got you. She works overtime to do it. Call the number on the screen to book and do it so fast because she's booking out, right? She's booked and busy. To Ana Limones, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair with Hummingbird Party backdrops and decor. And of course, to my boy Jeffrey Morales, Pollo Box and Audio, home for all your LED needs and audio accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and so much more. Definitely a jack of all. Why are you laughing? But,
I'm enjoying this right here. I'm like, like he's on it. Like,
yeah, that's right. He's definitely a jack of all trades. Your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. He does the tint in my car, the starlights in my car, the backup camera, everything on my car that I have that's super lit is because of Jeffrey Monarello, Pollo Box and Audio. Thank you so much for all you do for me and the show, bro. Of course, to everybody that tuned into this episode. I don't know if we're in trouble. I don't care. No, but Fernando, honestly, I don't want nobody saying that you were too extra, no nothing. I appreciate everything that you shared on the show. You didn't come on here trying to portray yourself as anybody that you're not. You didn't come on here trying to protect your image. You came on here as real as you came, and that's all I asked.
Yes,
so
sir.
thank you so much for coming onto the show. I'm so glad to have met you, and it's truly to have you on the Public Affair. And don't forget to always keep it between us. Just like we're about to do right now, because I'm about to ask him. So stay tuned. Yeah, you're making me nervous. You're making me very nervous. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, bro. No, I love it. Don't get me wrong. This is great. Are you good? Do you need anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. So, like I said, wait, cut this. I'm sorry. This was important. You can cut this. I'm sorry. This is the blue.
That was impressive, Andrew.
Thank you.
Boy, you get after it.
I know. I try. You know what?
I tell you what, it's definitely different seeing it like on the video than seeing it in person.
In person, okay.
I mean, you went off.
Were you in awe? Like, were you
I was like,
oh. I know. I didn't mean to take that. I usually have my. This is unprofessional. I usually have my phone off, but something important is going on right now. So yeah, no, but we're good. We're getting into the interview. That's it. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, man. Great
good.
show.
Thank
Great
you.
show.
No, yeah,
Dude, seeing you live is different.
Is it?
Like, you know, when you watch it, because
Yeah.
when you watch it, it's like seeing you in person and do your thing is different,
Crazy, right?
you know?
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.